Hello, friends. How you all doing? Hope you all had a great week. Thank you so much for checking out the first two episodes of Hashtag No Filter. Here I am again with another interesting topic to discuss with one of my very special friends. The topic is thriving in an environment of intimidation. So, without any further delay, let's dive into it. Please stay tuned as we start our discussion. Hello, Anusha.
Hey Manita, hi.
I'm happy for you to come and join me today in Hashtag No Filter in the third episode.
Thank you so much. I feel it as a great privilege and honor.
I should say that because I always known you as a person who is helpfully analytical. So I hope your analytics will help us today in this little chit chat.
Hopefully, amen.
So today our topic is about thriving in an environment of intimidation.
Okay.
So let me ask you the first question. How do you find intimidation to be?
Okay, so the feel of intimidated, you mean?
Yes, on it holistically, how do you define intimidation? Then I'll ask you the next question. How does it feel?
Okay, so in generalized, intimidation is a feeling of getting threatened or getting scared to some situations or people or circumstances or any sort of.
Okay, all right. So the next question, as you volunteered, how does it feel to be intimidated?
It feels so familiar.
Okay.
So yes, we often feel intimidated. I mean, at least we though, because we get threatened or scared by every new things or every difficult and different situations that we come across our life, and people, our supervisors, our boss, everyone, where we are under constant watch from them. Yes.
Okay, so according to you, seems like we are under a constant threat of intimidation.
Not constant, but yes, sometimes we do face it.
Ask you, if you have you faced intimidation in your life? I mean, how often did you face?
Yes, definitely. It would be a lie if I say I didn't face. So, yes, I did face. And how often it means like, okay, it's quite often. Not very often, but yes, sometimes a few things really intimidate me a lot, and few people too.
Okay, few things that. So you mean to say the living and the non-living can both intimidate?
Yeah, both living, the people, and non-living things like our phones and book systems also. Anything can intimidate us. Yes, because recently when we had a very, by God's grace, we survived an accident and our car got severely damaged, and yes, it is a little, we got intimidated by the fear. We had the fear, will it get approved for the insurance or not, and all. So yes, even by the non-living things.
All right. So, if I may ask, how did the things that intimidate you had changed you in your life?
How did they change in my life?
Yes.
Okay. So yes. Okay. What I realized is, every time I feel intimidated and I come out of it, definitely, because everyone will pass to it. Next time, I don't. We feel that okay, this is done now. It is going to be perfect, or this phase is over now. It is all right. But no, I think it is. We always face challenges, and challenges from various situations and various people. So once it is over, it is not over. we keep on facing new situations and challenges in our lives.
Seems like it's a continual thing that we face oftentimes in our lives.
Mm.
All right. So, have you seen people being affected by intimidating circumstances in your life as well?
Affected.
Yes.
Yes, a lot. Yes, I've seen many people.
Okay. So, how how damaging can these circumstances be? The intimidating circumstances be, according to your opinion?
How
Damaging.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you mean the worst cases?
Yes. Worst case scenarios.
Okay. The worst case scenario I've seen is person ending up his life.
Okay.
Due to because he was intimidated. I mean, the threat that from his boss, when he had got negative remarks, the threat he was scared that how would he survive if he had this job and all later on. So yes, I have seen the worst. It is a kind of damaging.
Okay. So you spoke about a professional environment. How about the intimidated circumstances in one's own family? Have you ever faced intimidation in your family?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So how does it feel when you feel intimidated by your kins and sometimes even our own family, the very next ones to us? How does it feel?
Yes, it is definitely disheartening because it's very well known that we get hurt from the people who are very closest to us. We get deeply hurt with the people who are closest to us. So because we love them a lot and we expect that love, we receive that love from them, but when suddenly things seems to be different from them and we get intimidated by them, it really disheartens us, it hurts us, it leaves us in a mode of disappointment.
Okay, so it hurts most when we face intimidation from our family members, right? So what do you generally do when you feel disheartened because of this kind of opposition or the oppression faced in our family members? What do you generally do in those circumstances?
Okay, so I just try to spend time alone.
Okay.
Just avoiding the contact or avoiding furthermore conversations for a limited time, definitely, because when we are with the closest people, we cannot stand long with them. Far apart. So for a while I'll try to be within my own limitations and avoiding excessive conversations and all.
Okay, so you mean to say that it's better to avoid that area for a little while, take a little break and go take a walk or do something, especially in that time.
Yeah, usually I do that, so not to prolong it.
Okay, so can intimidation also bring something positive? Have you experienced any of that sort, or does it only end up in a negative sense?
So I think it depends on the way we take. Usually the people take in few situations, the things which intimidate us, when we take it as a challenge, definitely we can overcome that. Any exams or for many students and for us also, even when we have to face an exam that really scares us, oh my god, what is this going to happen if I don't go through it, pass or anything, but that if it helps us positively, motivatingly, and if we clear that exam, it is really helpful. But few people who are really weak-hearted and who cannot stand up to the that strength, they face few negative situations too.
So I really love how you put that. I mean, so the seeing intimidation in the right perspective can actually decide the further course of it.
Yes.
Okay, that's really nice. So how do we see it? We see it as to be something that we take it as a challenge, or we just try to walk past or walk through it so that we can actually come out of it. It really depends on how we see it. That's really nice, Anisha. That's really a good pearl of wisdom that you just left us there with. So the next question is, what do you think that this thing called intimidation can that affect any age group, or does it affect only few people? I mean, a particular set of age group people.
Yes, it affects every age group, starting from the kids to the elderly. But I think most frequently and most common age group that gets affected is this adolescents, where they have just finished they're starting their teenage and they're entering into the adulthood. Those people, I feel they are more vulnerable to get very easily intimidated.
Okay, so let me ask you the next question. So what what are the factors that might put us into under this intimidation, especially the people from adolescence? Or okay, let's take it phase wise. What do you think might affect the people, I mean the children in this adolescence age? What do you think might intimidate them
in the adolescence?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the grades, the marks.
Okay, grades. All right. So the teenagers,
their outlook and their competition with their peers.
Peer competition.
The way they look.
All right. So the ones who are now into youth.
Yes, this is really a tough batch. So they have a lot. I mean, they have both, because that is the age where we actually have to make a decision both on a professional as well as a personal choices. So they do get intimidated by the professional, like the courses, the higher educational courses, as well as personal choices, making friends, girlfriends, etc.
I love that tail end that you added, friends, girlfriends. Okay. So the next thing is adulthood. So what does adulthood appear? The people in this age group, how do they get intimidated? Through what factors might be?
Majorly, I feel it is a competition with the person next to him, or a person who is little far better position in a better position than him, work wise or in money wise or anything. They try to see up to him and they try to feel that it is better to be that way. So constant intimidation because of the professional.
Okay, the examples around them might threaten them into intimidation. All right. So how about the middle-aged? If you have noticed some, what do you think might intimidate?
The middle-aged people? Mm-hmm. Okay. I think they get intimidated by their kids.
That's really nice. Getting into kids. In what manner do you think?
I think, definitely there's a gap of generation between them. So the things that their kids do naturally intimidates them. The way they move out, or they handle things in their own way.
Actually, what you said is true, because I was just listening to somebody and they said when he was a teenager, his parents were in that midlife crisis. I mean that middle age. So once the mom asked him, "Do you think I look stupid to you? Do you think I look stupid to you?" And imagine the guy just took a pause and said, "Yeah."
Yes.
Wow. Okay, and the final phase, so the elderly, do you think they can actually get intimidated?
Yes, I think they can get intimidated by the fear of the death, facing death or illness, sickness, and even that loneliness I feel, because many elderly people, they are left alone, I mean lonely, not having their family or friends to be with them like how they were used to be. So
Okay.
I think they get
The
the fear of
rapid changes might actually intimidate them.
yes.
Okay. So with all of these things, can you suggest? I mean, do you think there is a way out of intimidation for any age gap?
Yes, so I think there is this intimidation at every phase of our life, because the day we grow bigger and bigger, I mean, even in our, not just physically, even emotionally, mentally, and professionally, we tend to face more and more challenges in our life. So what like what I feel is, like this is one of the my favorite quote from a pastor. His Joseph Prince. So he says, live the let go life. So definitely we are in a world where we are in competition with our neighbors and peers and our fellow peers. So instead of competing and always putting ourselves under pressure which doesn't benefit us in any way, just live the let go life. We just can do what is in our efforts, like to our maximum efforts we can do our best. Just give your full potential to whatever you do, and leave the results for itself.
Wow, Anusha, that is amazing. What you just said is that the best way to beat the pressure is not coming under it. That's really nice, living the let go life. Wow. So my final question is, would you like to advise or suggest or encourage the people who are facing some form of intimidation? Would you like to share a word of encouragement with these kind of people, be it in any phase or any age group?
Okay, so advice. So I would really love to tell you people the same thing, that whatever right now is intimidating you, it is not going to be forever. It is not going to be permanent. There is going to be much better days coming ahead. But only thing is, these are the minute, darkest moments or the gray moments in our life. So just don't focus more on this, but always be joyful that in hope for tomorrow, the better, and just try to face it more positively, hoping for the best, and living to your mark and doing your best.
Thank you so much, Anusha. Your words, firstly, they brought encouragement to me. I love what you said, living one day at a time and looking to something that gives us hope. Definitely looking unto Jesus, who infuses us with hope. Thank you so much, Anusha. Yes. I'm so blessed to have this little chat with you.
Thank you. Thank God for this privilege.
Yes. I'm looking forward for more interesting topics to be discussed with you.
Sure. Thank you. Right. Thanks for this opportunity, Mani. God bless you.
God bless you too. Bye. So friends, #NoFilter concludes this week with this beautiful conclusion given by Anusha for everyone who is facing intimidating situations. This will surely pass and you will definitely come out of the situation. In fact, you will come out even better than you were before. So have a positive and a right perspective of the situation that you are in right now. Hope this little chat of ours helped you guys. I'll see you next week again. Till then, have a great week. God bless. Shalom.